Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Friday Frothy. Another edition, a special edition tonight. How are you, Glenn?
Pretty good, Jeffy. Episode 12, mate.
Episode 12. It's about 5 degrees outside here in Hobart.
I've just taken off all the. It's nice and snugly made in the Roo bar, as we call it, or the Frothy bar. I've just taken off 3 coats to get in there, but Jeff's made it quite nice and warm in here tonight, but it's been bitter.
It's cold.
And I think all around Australia it's a bit weird, the weather at the moment.
It's
so
freezing.
Sit back and enjoy it, and it's been a long week again.
It has. Glenn, we've got a special edition tonight. We've got a young gentleman coming on by the name of Darren Belling. He's just come back from the World Champion Para-Olympics. Championship, not Olympics, sorry, the Para-Hockey Championships over in Finland. So we're going to hook up with him very shortly and ask him a few questions and go through it.
Excellent, mate.
On a sad note, don't have my missus here.
No, we've lost Al, which is not good. She's had to
race to
fly
Queensland?
up to Queensland, mate, to be with the family. So all the best wishes there.
Yes, all the best to the family, and but we're flying blind.
Flying blind, and we've got my lovely wife in there behind the camera,
running the camera,
and trying to look after us village idiots, and see how we can go, mate. But
nice.
We'll do our best anyway.
Nice work.
So anyway, where we're going. So looking forward to talking to Darren.
Well, let's get the show on the road. And as I said, guys, he's represented Australia in 5 different sports. Darren,
unreal.
And he's been kind enough to give us some time. We're going to get him on the phone right now and have a bit of a chat with him. Find out about basically what happened, why. The accident, the sports that he's been involved with, and find a little bit more about the hockey that they've just done. It's the first time that I think Australia's been in the.
Well, it's interesting because I didn't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know we've got plenty of ice skating rinks, but ice hockey, is that a big thing? Do you think in Australia? Do you know much about it? Interesting. Just ice hockey in general.
Exactly.
Because I know it's an American, Canadian, and all the rest of it.
Yeah, big over in the States.
Russia and all those countries, but. Interesting to see what he says about Australia and ice hockey.
All right. Well, let's get him on the phone. Darren Belling. All right, guys, we've got Darren on the line. G'day, Darren. Thanks for joining us, mate.
How you going, Darren?
G'day, mate. How you doing?
We're doing very well, mate. We were just saying it's extremely cold down here at the moment, and I believe you're getting some storms up there in Queensland.
Yeah, it's a bit chilly here today. I think it's somewhere near the mid-30s.
Oh, gee.
Mid-30s, that's pretty hard, mate. I've got a brother up there just on the Gold Coast, mate. He reminds me every day.
Yes. Mate,
waiting for the weekend. We're getting into 37, 39 for the weekend.
You can have that to yourself, mate. Mate, thank you so much for joining us on the show, Darren.
We're really good at it.
Yeah, really great to have you on. Mate, just a quick wrap-up of who you are and what you've done. Obviously, you were involved in an accident and you're now in a wheelchair, and you represented Australia in 5 different sports. Can you just give us a little bit of a feedback about how this all happened and what you've achieved?
Yeah. Look, across the board with the sports, 2 of them have been national rep, which is still an international circuit, but they were nationally repped here in Australia, which has been the arm wrestling and the wheelchair NRL. So the wheelchair NRL is the state challenge, New South Wales Queensland challenge, which fits into the state of origin.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yep. And it's full contact, same as ice hockey. Fully inclusive, so you don't have to have a disability to play. So it's a really good sport, the same as the para-ice. Like my wife and my son both play the rugby league, the basketball, wheelchair tennis, the arm wrestling, and the para with me, the para-ice hockey. So
excellent, mate.
Good family orientation, great for mates that have got friends that have ended up in chairs or mates with disabilities. So, it's opening that barrier of, not being an exclusive sport to an inclusive sport.
Yeah. You'd have to have incredible upper body strength, wouldn't you, to do what you do?
Look, seriously, I'm doing stuff like Jared and myself. We've been really lucky that Core Strength Fitness here on the Sunshine Coast has actually sponsored us the use of the gym in our pre-tour. These guys have yeah, this is probably the first time ever I've actually jumped into a gym. Every other time is just purely because I'm in a chair, and I do like anything from car restoration to, hard yakka work on my own block of land at home. So, and it's not a flat block of land. So that's been my strength in conditioning, is pushing ramps and pushing hills in my chair. So
Well done. And how long ago did this? How long ago did you have the misfortune, mate, with this accident?
Look, I had a car accident when I was 8. It was 5 weeks after my 18th birthday, so it was Australia Day weekend, 1984. So we're coming into that 35th year period.
Wow. Yeah. And what was what was the transit? So you initially, was it hard to? I suppose obviously to adapt to your new life, and obviously the sport.
Look, I had a big Irish streak in me, so it's sort of take a lick and keep on ticking. So it was sort of not quite as hard as what I've noticed other guys have battled with it, because a lot of the Irish way of doing things is you wake up, what am I doing today, rather than shit, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do this, things like that. So you adapt pretty quickly. The spinal unit now really has worked out that the faster they get people going, the quicker they recover from it. So versus when I was there, you could have been there. Like with my injuries, I was told I was never leaving the hospital. I was always going to be in intensive care, and
really?
the life expectancy was 3 years. So but having that stubborn Irish streak, 12 weeks after my crash, I still had a halo and a turtle shell on. I was playing basketball. So,
mate, onto a brighter note. Let's talk about your trip to Finland. You've just returned, competing in your first ever World Para. Now, this is the first time that Australia's competed, isn't it? In the
absolutely
in the para hockey.
Yep. Going from basically 6 months preparation and trying to get training in wherever we can get ice time, from anything from an hour every 2 weeks to Queensland guys. We've been really fortunate through Ice World in Burndall to have 5 hours a week of training for the reps that were here. Yep. And then the Vic guys managed to get an extra hour and a half. I think they extended them to on the Saturday and Sunday. So there wasn't a lot of preparation. We didn't get to train as a team until we actually got over to the World Champs.
Okay. Yeah.
Was it pretty competitive over there, Darren?
What was that, sorry?
Was it pretty competitive over there?
Oh, yeah. Considering, Pool C was meant to be for developing countries, that we didn't even realise how long Finland's been together and how long China's been together, when we went over. And we had an idea, but not sort of where they're at. We were trying to find video as to how they play, what they do, and just couldn't find anything anywhere.
Oh, right.
So, went over there unprepared on that part, but pretty prepared to just do the typical Australian thing and just dig deep and go at it hard.
Yeah. How many countries were involved?
Well, they only ended up getting the 3 countries for this particular pool.
Okay, yep.
Yep, but I think the way Australia went out, I'm like, seriously, this is halfway through my 4th decade of playing any disabled sport. The para-ice hockey, right down from Andy up at Ice Hockey Australia, from Emma, who's done like a massive undertaking as managing this tour, to Gary, who was the head coach, who's got 18 years of para-ice hockey experience under his belt with Great Britain, and then Ben Stedmiller, who's our coach in Brisbane as well, who took on the assistant coach stuff, right through the guys, different Paralympians from completely different sports that have never looked at ice hockey before, to a couple of guys who have got kids playing ice hockey. The guys, like, seriously, everybody from every level of a disability, from amputees, CP, spinal, you name it, seriously dug deep, looked for each other, tried to work with each other as hard as you could on the ice. Just we didn't come off the ice with any fuel left in the tank.
That's right. We will.
Yep, and didn't even look at the score really in the game with China. Yeah. We were just determined to come out there and try and unravel whatever we could. That's
what it's all about, mate. It's competing, and because being new, and obviously they've been in it longer. So that's the whole. That, as you said, that's the Australian way. Compete, give it your best, and the camaraderie with you and the other boys, and that out there doing it for Australia,
Yeah.
which is fantastic,
Yeah,
mate.
word.
I can honestly say with how well and how tight everybody got over there with playing and just the mannerism of how we held ourselves.
Yeah.
Look, I would say that Australia has earned a massive respect right across the international board there.
Yeah.
The international committee were all there watching it, and they constantly gave us praises on how organised we were, which was Emma's doing, because everything was ready to go. Every other country seems a little bit disorganised when they turn up for classifications and stuff, but
Yep.
we all had our paperwork. We're all ready to go, just keen to get on some ice, And
Excellent.
they were just happy that Australia's squad just breezed through really quick. So it was, a lot of work, a lot of praise to the guys who organised all this with our committee at home and our state committees.
That's awesome, mate. We will
got a better flow.
We will put a bit of footage up as well and show. I've got a bit of footage from the game. I think maybe against the Finland team or China. I'm not sure which one it is, but
Finland's in blue.
Yep. We'll put a bit of footage up there, mate. Now, I've only got a couple of minutes left here for you, mate, but just quickly, to actually get there, it was self-funded, wasn't it? You had to raise the money yourself?
Yes, everybody, was trying all different avenues, from anything from GoFundMe to selling signed hockey pucks to, whatever we could to raise our own money to get there.
Yep.
It was $4,000 to start with, but there was a few contingencies that probably extended that. Personal issues myself, it was close to $7,000. Just there was.
Well.
I had a lot of passport issues just with being adopted, and that just threw a whole nother legal thing into it.
Perhaps the sporting bodies of Australia and that and the governments now, mate. I think it's about time with all the Paralympics on that we've got now, and now it's getting all the kudos and airplay that it should get. You guys are athletes.
Yeah, I noticed that there was something posted last week, I think it was, with the government standing up to APC and saying, yes, there's going to be some extra funding here. And I noticed that we had Marty there as one of our ice hockey reps, which is great, because he's also one of our Paralympians for track and field stuff.
Mm. Well, that's what I mean on track and field. So that should be happening, mate. And I just hope, and this, by having little shows like what we've got, this is what we'll be. This is what we're trying to put out there. That you do need the funding.
Yeah.
And that I think that should be happening too, because you do a great job, you guys.
So before the accident, Darren, you were a keen sportsman before. I think you said to me that you were into speed skating and roller hockey. So you were into the hockey before.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was like every minute outside of work was down at the skating rink. I worked at the skating rink through the nights as a floor guard. Plus we were helping teach kids figure skating and how to skate. And the hockey side of it was a league that was really starting to grow in Australia back in early 80s. So I think 79 was when the interest sort of really started growing big in Brisbane and area.
Yep.
And then by 1980, skating rinks had already sprung up out at Toowoomba and Gladstone, Sunshine Coast in Caloundra.
Yeah.
So Redcliffe still had an old skating rink, like from years and years earlier, still an old timber floor and old timber wheels on the higher skates.
Yeah.
Well, I reckon it gets that odd in Brisbane and that, mate. I reckon that's why you got involved with it, wasn't it? Just to go in there and cool down, I reckon. You like jumping in the old meat room, I reckon, at the Coles or something like that.
Now, mate, you mentioned to me the other day when we had a bit of a talk that you now do a little bit of work supporting new people with spinal injuries, trying to help them adapt. That's something that you're into?
Oh, absolutely. Right across the board with any disability, be it just a mental issue that someone's trying to deal with, especially the youth, juvie kids, suicide kids, cutters, drug and alcohol kids, we started out, there's a program that I haven't been able to get to because of training and doing the tour, which is called YP MAD, which is Young People Making a Difference. And it's open to 12 to 18-year-olds. So any issues that you're having trouble with, we try and get them involved to these camps up at Tanyala at Tannum Sands near Gladstone.
Okay, yep.
Now that's a big one. That's counselling across the board. That's we've got chappies there, and the chappie, he's awesome. He's not there to push any religion on him. He's purely there to help.
Yeah.
And that's the like-mindedness of everybody that seems to be part of that group. The founder and runner of that is a mate of mine who plays wheelchair basketball with us as well from Rockhampton, Ben Loder-Wickers. I've got just uncountable time for that guy. Anything he needs in Central Queensland, we've quite often just gone up and stayed with the family because of, family problems going on with Des and the family. We've just gone up and stayed with him for that reason. He's just one of those guys that, you draw to. He's somebody who's there to help the kids. He's dead on. He's dead honest. Yeah, so that's one group. The others is just working with, starting now actually with Men's Shed.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Men's Shed's a really big one at the moment. We've had a few guys that have suicided on the coast that we're trying to now work with their mates and their families and get them there. And
it's fantastic, mate.
The ripple effect.
Absolutely fantastic.
The ripple effect of mental illness.
It's a massive thing. I know with Beyond Blue as well as a big thing down here, and we've got.
We got that here. Yeah.
What's the other one there? Stay Chatty.
Yeah.
Stay Chatty's another big thing down in Tassie.
Yep. I've done odds and ends with Black Dog Institute as well.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
a couple of things with Mates for Mates through ADF stuff.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately,
people don't realise it's typically the Australian way is to hide it in and try and deal with it.
Exactly right, mate.
It's not going to work.
No,
it just doesn't work.
And we've all been affected, or we've all had someone that we know who's been affected, and it's a terrible thing.
Absolutely. And we've just at the Men's Shed here not that long ago before we went away to Finland was we had the Machine Gun Preacher. We had Sam Childers come and do a talk.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, if you get an opportunity to meet Sam, seriously, go.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not kidding. Oh my God, the stuff that guy went through, deals with on an everyday basis. I've already told him I'll throw my hand up to help him with the disabled kids at his orphanages in Africa.
Darren, mate, unfortunately, maybe we've run out of time, buddy. We're going to have to leave it there. I can't thank you enough for joining us, mate.
Champion, mate, and doing a great job.
And if you've got any more upcoming competitions or anything coming up, please give us a call, give us a shout out, and we can follow it and try and help you promote it. And even if we can do some sort of fundraising or something to help you out, in upcoming events,
that'd be brilliant.
We'd love to get on board,
mate. If I get an
mate.
opportunity, can I give a shout out to Alwyn and Virginia Cruz?
Yeah.
That's my brother-in-law and his wife. They live at Dodgers Ferry.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just down the road.
Yep. Nice work, mate.
Okay.
Nice work.
All the best, mate. You look after yourself.
Thank you so much. Can't appreciate it enough.
No,
fantastic work.
Thank you. Thanks, Darren. See you, mate.
No worries, fellas. I'll chat with you again soon.
Thanks, Darren.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye,
mate. Well, Glenn, how good was that, mate?
Look, another interesting guy. So he's just mentioned about Joe Cheevers, a local lad, and apparently still in England, I think he said. So we may get a chance there to have a talk to Joe. Apparently did a great job over there. And look, what a wonderful effort from the boys to go over there. And
can I just add that we say this every week, and we know that our show is called the Friday Frothy, and we like to have a drink. But Darren was actually cleaned up by a drunk driver.
Yeah.
I can't say enough every time we do the show. Do not drink and drive.
Absolutely, and as we said, we mention it every week. I think we mentioned last week, coming up to Christmas, and that obviously you run the gauntlet, you're going to get caught, but you're just kidding yourself.
You don't do it.
We like having, as Jeff said, we like having a beer, but you got Ubers, you got cabs, you got buses, you got trams. Go and have a drink. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But get your own, get around on your transport. Don't drive. You're a mug if you drive.
You are.
We'll see too much of it. That's on a good note.
On a good note, let's get into the show. Then we're going to go out with it. Out with it. Now, I don't know if you saw it or not, but I'm a bit of a follower of the darts.
I do.
I like my darts. Fartgate. Have you heard of Fartgate?
Fartgate?
Fartgate.
I don't know, mate, where we're going with this. No, I haven't.
There was a match the other day between Gary Anderson and Wesley Harms. Now, I think it was the semi-final of the World Championships. It was World Championships. They're in the middle of the game, and the next minute, there's this terrible smell And I'm sorry, this is out with it, so I can talk about this.
Well, you might have put them off.
It was a fragrant smell. So after the match, they said he was trying to say that he was trying to put me off by doing a fart.
You didn't have one of those bags. He used to sit on at the pitch here.
So one of the guys said it'll take me 2 nights to lose this smell from my nose. That was harm, he told the Dutch TV. So and it was supposed to be bad. So they're both playing off each other, saying no, it was him, no, it was him. But what they do in darts to get the upper hand.
I've heard of match fixing, but this is a different level. This one.
There you go. Out with it.
Out with it.
That's all I've got tonight. But Fartgate, they're calling it.
Fartgate. Well, there you go. If you viewers have ever heard anything like that, give us a tingle. Go ring the bell. Let us know.
Get onto it, mate. Get onto it. Yeah. What do you got for tonight? You got anything happening?
I've got some different things happening, mate. I've got a bit of footy, but a little bit of breaking news. I don't know, only sort of just come out.
Stop. Press. Breaking news. Go.
Breaking news. But Valentine Holmes, the back from plays with the Cronulla Sharks and Queensland State of Origin player, Australian player. He's said to the Cronulla Sharks, just because they've lost just a couple of players just of late, and he's just walked out. He said, "I'm going over to try my luck with the American Gridiron." Now he did this, Jeff, a couple of years ago.
The same guy.
Same guy. He did it. He went over. He went over, and he was a little bit younger, and it didn't quite work out. But apparently he's got quite a few teams having a look at him. Okay. And he must feel confident, mate, because he said Oliver. He's gone, mate.
What did he say?
Oliver. You like that?
Is that Oliver?
French for yogurt.
You're playing.
So at any rate, no, he's gone. He's going, mate. So they've got plenty of suitors for him over there. So that's a bit of breaking news.
We'll go to the Packers, mate.
You could go to the Packers, mate, if you want to, because you're a good player. But no, that'd be good.
I don't think we'll get on to Philly tonight. He's a bit busy, so we might have to. We're going to have to
cricket a little bit of a go ourselves. Well, I can say with the cricket at the moment that we probably give this guy a little bit of a hard knock, and I'm probably one of them. So it's all right for us mugs like me and that to sit there and knock these guys, but. Look, it is harder when you're out there. The guy is a champion, but I know what you're talking about. I think the thing is he's getting a little bit of flack because he's getting on a little bit, and he has been tried. But Sean Marsh again, here we go again, and we feel like we're knocking him, but he's gone out. He's hit 163. Yeah. For Western Australia in Adelaide against the Crow Eaters,
and he hit 100 and something the week before, or a couple of days before here in Hobart.
Well, that's what. So he scores since he come back from Abu Dhabi over there, where I bet they didn't do any good, and he wasn't the only one to.
No, the whole team.
So I know we've spoken to Phil at length, haven't we, over this, and he's told us that. You know what goes on, and it's his name and all the rest of it. But this guy can play, but I think. He's really got to stand up in Australia, but his last scores, listen to this, it's not been too bad since he's been back. 80, 98, 22, 106, 21 and 163.
Yeah,
now, I did...
Two low scores.
Yeah, and what I did find out is that the 163, people at the end of it, they're still knocking him. They still said the ball was wobbling around a bit and he played and missed, but the guy that was his opening was the batsman at the other end. He said it was absolute pleasure to watch him bat. So I hope, Marshy, that you go out, mate, and just play the ball on its merits and crack a few big ones, mate.
Marshy, you haven't changed your name to the Honey Badger, have you?
Well, you're not the Honey Badger. You're not on that show.
Because you're talking him up like the Honey Badger.
Well, come on, Marsh. Yeah, because Australia needs you, mate.
They do. Did you hear? Philly was right. He said that they would not lift the sanctions on the 3 guys, Bancroft, Warner, and Smith. And it's true.
It's true. Well,
Philly,
what do you?
Came good.
He came good. So he's all over it, the big man.
Came good. Did you watch the game last night?
I didn't. No, I missed it.
I didn't.
I didn't watch it.
It sounded like you were going to. I wonder how many people aren't watching it. It just seems since they've changed it from free to air TV to Foxtel.
Yeah.
There's just nothing. No one's watching. No one's talking about it. It's just. I don't know, guys, what you've done, but I don't think you've done the right thing.
And they obviously they won the game, and but it's the first game, so it's about consistency there, isn't it? It's a little bit about consistency, and you know, look, it's a teething. This is all teething there for Australia, and they've just got to get it right. It's not about win, 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 win. It's more about how you compete.
I did watch a little bit of it, Glennie, and I must say I was a little bit surprised. There was a few heated moments
already.
Within the Australians. Like there was one part of the big show, Maxwell. Right, he's got the ball. It's wet. You know, right? They had the duck.
They had the ducks out.
The Lewis, yeah. So they had that, which I hate. And Maxwell grabbed the ball and he threw it and it slipped out of his hands. And someone gave him a spray and he gave him a spray back. And I thought, it just felt like there's a bit of tension.
A little bit of tension. Well, they're all playing the spots, aren't they?
Oh, of course they are.
And there's a lot of young guys who we've mentioned around the country, but. The trouble is, I think this is the thing with Marsh and going back to these guys, the players, when they come back and play in the local comps, they hit the runners. It's just that step up, isn't it? It's that step up back to quality bowlers, South Africans they've got quick coming from each end, they're good spinners. And I think it's the 2020 that's actually ruined.
It has.
Ruined Australia because I don't know if they know anymore the difference between playing, say, Test cricket anymore and getting on with the job.
Yeah.
And I think that could have something to do with it.
I still think that every time you come in and you're playing for your spot, as you said, and it's just, don't get out, or you're going to lose your spot. Yeah. And so no one can play freely and swing the bat.
No.
So it's
India anyway. What have you got there?
Just quickly on cricket while we're there, England's moved into second place in the world rankings, now behind India. So they're heading off to New Zealand, to Christchurch next to take on...
Yeah, New Zealand. Well, I did hear a score. I think I've got this right. Pretty sure New Zealand tossed the Pakis. They beat them the other night. Well, we couldn't beat it. So the Kiwis, mate, our brothers down there.
Speaking of New Zealand, they got blown away by Ireland in the rugby.
What? Ireland
beat New Zealand. So that opens up the World Cup.
Is that in the Union?
Yeah, rugby union.
Rugby union.
Yeah, so that's a big win.
Good one for the Irish.
Oh, to beat New Zealand.
A few Guinness after that, boys.
Absolutely.
Well done.
Absolutely huge.
Drink responsibly too.
Yes. Mate, I'm going to put a bit of footage on. Yeah. But I think you've seen it. It'll be somewhere.
I know where you're going with it.
I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but we're going to play it here. The crash. What was her name? She's a teenage
young girl.
Sophia Floersch. Sorry if you're watching, Sophia.
Floersch or something. I don't know what nationality it is.
Formula 3 racing.
17-year-old girl she was, mate.
Holy hell. Macau Grand Prix. She was Superman. She was fine.
But it wasn't her fault too. I looked at it and that apparently because they're doing what 300 clicks with when it happened.
Yeah,
but they broke. The car in front hit the skids a bit too early, and because she's got nowhere to go. So that is the worst. Where was it in?
Macau.
Macau. They reckon that's the worst, tightest Grand Prix circuit in the world. So get it right. Do something with that track over there. Young 17-year-old girl nearly got killed. Lucky to be alive, but she walked away, mate, with a little bit of a.
She had an operation. She had a big operation, and she's fine.
Let's put her on, mate. Let's get her on with it.
Well, let's get her on.
Let's get it on. I want to see this again. No,
I thought you meant let's get her on for an interview.
Well, we could.
Sophia, if you're watching, give us a call. We'd love to get you on the show.
If you can speak English, I don't know what nationality.
But yeah, we'll put it on. I'll probably already put it on. But absolutely amazing. She's lucky to be alive, mate. Absolutely. Let's get into our footy. We're getting very, very, very low. I guess who we're on tonight? M and N would be Melbourne. North Melbourne.
Oh no! So who's still North Melbourne?
I reckon I might have a crack. Oh,
here we go. This is payback.
I reckon I might have a crack.
This is absolute payback, you viewers.
You want to go through Melbourne, mate? You can start it off if you want.
Melbourne. Okay. Well, Melbourne. All right. Let's just have a look here. What we've got. Melbourne, okay. Losses. I will just go through this quickly. Dom Tyson to your.
Oh, sorry.
You're gonna talk about this. I'll just be quick.
No, that's all right. No, that's all right.
Dom Tyson to North Melbourne. Jesse Hagan to Freo. The big full forward Dean Kent. To St Kilda. Delisted. Cameron Pedersen. Ex-North, and he's done all right. I think.
He came back really well.
I think he's done well.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's going now. Probably just in the what do you call it? The next VFL.
VFL.
I reckon he's VFL.
I don't understand this one.
Well, Bernie Vince is about. I think he's around about 33, around about that age, and anyway, Bernie's he's gone. He's played a good football.
I thought he was just actually coming into his prime.
Yeah, well,
and then I'm a bit surprised that
they've got such young fellas now. This is the trouble with Melbourne.
True.
They've gone all that way. Harley Ballick, he's not very old at all. I think, I'm not sure why he retired, but he's gone. He wasn't a bad player, actually, but we didn't see him much because he was always injured. That's probably why he retired. Tom Bug, the Bug,
the
Pest, he's gone. And I think Carlton are probably looking at him a little bit. I don't know if they'll pick him up as a rookie, but Lachlan Filipovic, I think you pronounce it, he's delisted. Dion Johnson delisted. Mitch King delisted. The Gaines is big, your ex-big giant mate, 200 and what is he, 6 centimetre, Ruckman, North Melbourne. Gone there, he reckons he can match up with the big...
I don't understand that, Glenn.
But he's no big...
Maxi
Gawn. He reckons he can ruck with him. Cade Collard-Jasny, which we mentioned the other week, he's
well done with that.
He'll be playing on the wing, I reckon, or that's where they're going. Yeah, and obviously we mentioned this in the previous week. Stephen May from the Gold Coast. Step ups for me. Sam Wiedemann, big forward. He'll take whether he's centre half forward and probably Tommy McDonald full forward. I personally, I'm different. I don't think they'll miss. As good as Hogan is, I think they've brought in. They've got some big players down there. And they reckon that Stephen May could be a smoky, even though he played full back for Gold Coast, and he may go forward. So they've got plenty of that, and they've got the Lever, not Cleaver. They've got Jakey Lever coming back, and he was out injured.
Yep.
So he'll be a pickup. They've got their draft picks, the Melbourne received picks, 23, 28, 54, 62. And 91, and he ran out of breath. And top finish, Jeff, I don't know. I've got him in the 8, I think.
I've got him just on the 8.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect from from Melbourne. I think it's time. They've got some good players. Another pre-season under their belt. I think it's about time now, boys, you deliver. And you did last year. You just got to that. You got into the finals. Now you've got to go a little bit further, but that's Melbourne, mate.
North Melbourne, out we come to play. I'm going to start off with Brendan Whitecross because he's ex-Hawthorn, and I thought that might upset you.
Whitey.
So it's not upsetting you. So Brendan's left Hawthorn, and he was delisted, wasn't he? He didn't retire.
He was delisted, but because he's had a few knee recos, and he was one of the best clubmen for the Hawks, and he just played in the grand final in the VFL side over there. Well, he's got a lot to offer you guys. He's a champion.
He's going to play the VFL for North Melbourne because we've got our own standalone VFL team. Boy. But he's also he's a development coach for North Melbourne. So obviously he's going to go down that coaching track. So
I think good on him. And I wish him all the best.
Yeah, no, he'll do well. He's come to a good team. During the trade period, mate, we did pretty well. North Melbourne, we picked up some good players, some running players. Jared Pollock and Jasper Pittard from Port. We've also picked up Aaron Hall, as we all know, from the Gold Coast.
Yeah, quick runner, Tassie boy.
He should do all right, yeah, Tassie boy. And as you said, Dom Tyson, he's coming across from Melbourne. In the draft, which is happening today, tomorrow, or the next day, they've turned it into a 2-3 day event now, so to match the Americans and what they do in their drafts. It looks like we're going to pick up their local prospect, Taron Thomas.
Can play. He plays for North Launceston. Just played in the grand final down here against remember the Bombers played the Bombers in the early thing, and
the Bombers for the Bombers.
He did really well. This kid, Aboriginal boy who can really play.
Yeah,
and he'll be exciting. He'll be an exciting machine for the Roos.
We pick him up.
They've got him. No?
They're saying it's the third hardest draw in the champion data.
Yes.
So we've got double ups. We're playing Geelong, Hawthorn, Essendon, Port, and Brisbane twice, as we spoke about last week. Playing teams twice.
Why is that?
It annoys me. 4 games in Hobart, just for us in Tasmania. Sydney, GWS, St Kilda and Melbourne. Last game of the round, actually. Round 23, we get a game in Tasmania.
They're good games, we'll be there.
Just quickly, Ryan Clark has been traded to Sydney. Billy Hartung, your mate, Heartstring, he's been delisted. Tom Jeffries gone. Mitch Hibbard, which is a bit of a shame. He's gone.
He didn't really get much of a chance.
Oscar Junker gone. Alex Morgan, I reckon he's going to get picked up as a rookie through North. Declan Mountford gone. Gordon Narrier, he was supposed to be great for North, but he's gone. May do the same thing, I reckon. Daniel Nielsen delisted. Braden Pruce gone to Melbourne. Josh Williams, he's been delisted, and obviously Waity has retired.
And there was a guy there too. I was reading. I think he played at North Melbourne. I don't know how long ago. Wagner. He's another Wagner that was there.
Yeah.
And apparently Melbourne have dragged him out of their affiliate.
Yeah, he's
and they said he's a good kid. So he's got a little bit older.
Yep.
See, sometimes they don't. Sometimes these kids go in and they just... it takes a little bit of time, you know?
Right. So, where have you got North, mate, next year? Come on, be honest with me.
Well, I don't know, because I think they could be a top 8. It's just... the thing is...
You think they could be top 8?
Well, because the thing is they did well, and they were just on the verge of the 8. Now, they've picked up some exciting players there. They've picked up some pace.
They have.
They've got the forwards. I think the big key for them is still Ben Brown.
Yes.
Because you've got... now these guys like
Mason
Wood, he's got to stand up.
He's the one who's got to pick up.
Mason.
You're watching Mason Wood.
Yeah. We're not talking about the guy that does Kung Fu either, or whatever he was. What was his name? Anyway, I thought it was Mason Wood. Anyway, but I can't think the American actor. But any rate.
No, that's Carradine. No, doesn't work.
No, I can't think of his name. I'll think of it in a minute. It's a little bit like the Honey Badger.
Yeah.
So I get to Friday and I have a frothy, and I tend to forget their names sometimes, mate. But anyway, keep going.
That's all I've got, mate. That's North Melbourne.
North Melbourne, it's done.
I reckon 6 or 7 myself personally. So.
Well, I think they can get there. I don't know. It's going to be that hard this year. Everything will still come down to injury. With you could put a blanket over Melbourne, North Melbourne, Hawthorns. Who else is there in there? Sydney's another team that we don't know anymore. Geelong, they rave on about. But I reckon you can put a blanket over all those sides and see where they come up.
All right, guys. I believe we're going to go straight into the next segment because I think you've had some good news to tell us. But we're going to go into Cleaves' tip. So, Cleavey, you've had a couple of wins, I believe, mate. Well, we've had a couple of wins.
We had a couple of wins and put it out to the viewers there. And then I think I'm sorry, the viewers, I didn't bring me running sheet in there, but we got 2 good wins, mate. Ring a ding ding. We did ring the bell there because that won, and that was a favourite. And we've had a little. I can't remember the damn horse. We picked. It
was cool something.
Cool something. It was ran in the. In all the major races, and it's just escaped me the name, but it was paying about $12-13, and it came in a fair bit, so we would have really cleaned up. But and also the other one I think I mentioned on the show was the Tally, which is an older horse, and that sorry viewers, I did tell you to back it, but I didn't back it. I didn't put it on because I thought I was putting too much on. So anyway, that paid about $14-13.
Wowzers! Goodness gracious!
We had a good meet at any rate, but we could have kept going. But anyway, I've just picked out a few things. The summer carnival is all over.
There's no summer in Tasmania, mate.
The little carnival, mate. It just keeps rolling. I was rolling out to Ballarat. Going out to Ballarat this week, out to the country on Saturday.
Goodness gracious.
And there's a major meet really is only at Ascot. So anyway, I'll be pretty quick and get through this. So this is just a couple of little things I picked out. And well, look, you've got to wait till probably Saturday and get in there and have a look at the pub anyway. But have a look at how they're coming up. But what have we got here for you? So with the Group 1's Railway Stakes, we've got a Ballarat. I like Lord Fandango, so he was in the Summer Cup. Okay. He's at $12 and around about $3.70, so I reckon he's a good each way bet. He hasn't set the world alight in the last couple of runs, but a good horse. In race 9, which is the Magic
Magic
Millions for 3 and 4 year olds, Platinum Angle, which is Darren Weir's house. Darren Weir's horse. He's he's a favourite, and we did this with Ring Ding Ding. But the thing is, what you do, get down there and just check it, and get in early. Get him on a fixed. Have a look how much he's paying for a fixed. He's paying $260 on the tote, but yeah, that's now. You know, so tomorrow could be different. So he could go out. So he's got a real chance. Darren Weir likes him anyway. Ascot, I've got a horse here, mate, that we've backed a few times. Done really well too. But he's out in the betting, so I reckon this is the one we're gonna put a little bit of money on.
Cleaves.
But this is at Ascot. Okay, major meet for the Group 1s over there, which is the Railway Stakes, 1600. Again, Darren Weary pops up every. He's such a brilliant jockey, mate. Iconclasm.
Oh, him again.
The 4-year-old. He's been doing well. He's got Craig Williams on him. And cop this. $9.50 and $3. I'll be putting a few dollars on. Even put him on as a place.
Get on it, folks.
He's not the favourite, but he in this particular race. But I'm going to put some money on him. Also, actually zipping back to Ballarat, I like Jungle Edge. We've heard of Jungle Edge, which has gone through the carnival. $5 is not bad. $2. Again, what's your betting there? And at Randwick, I've jumped over to Randwick. Horse 3. Savical, who also has been prominent throughout the carnival.
Really good if you're sunburned too.
I do. Yeah, well, we're not worried about that. We've got frostbite down here at the moment. $5 to win at the moment, and race 8 also at Randwick, horse 4 Black Sail, paying about $6, mate. But
nice.
I've got a real smoky.
You're going again.
I've jumped over. Yeah, but this is just.
You're turning into Kenny. What was his name?
Calendar.
Calendar. Kenny
Yeah,
Calendar.
I am. But at any rate, we had a few there. Look, this guy is a massive big horse. He's, what is he, 600 kilos, Jeff. And he's running...
about my weight.
He's at Randwick, and he won the last start. And they look, he's paying, listen to this, $19 and $5 for a place.
Goodness gracious.
And I can't pronounce that, Montranchet, I think it is, $5 favourite, which is the Hawks trained horse. He's $5. I reckon this guy, each way, I reckon I'm going to stick a couple of dollars on him.
Hawks.
No, we're not going to put it...
I know, I'm just saying.
No, it's not Hawks' horse. He's got the favourite. But this is Buchanan's horse. Where he's got Christian Roof on him. And at $19.05, mate, for we put him on for a place even, a few dollars, $5. Anyway, so that's mine. They call him Big Knickers. Obviously, he's Nicker Bell. So they reckon he could be a real smoky. So that's horse racing.
There you go. Well done, Cleavy's tips.
I hope we've been a little bit informative there.
Cleavy's tips. So we're actually, just to let you guys know, we'll wrap this up right now, but just to let you know that our bank balance on the tips, if you've been coming along with us, is actually doing...
We're progressing.
We're nearly doubled what we started with.
Yeah, so slowly but surely, we just keep little bank up each week. We don't want to go that way, we want to go that way. So
very close to doubling, so nice work.
Back responsibly.
Yeah, don't... What?
Back yeah.
Don't bet responsibly.
Don't.
Irresponsible.
Irresponsible.
Yeah, because we don't do what other people do.
No.
Glenn, that's all we've got time for tonight, guys.
Well done.
I hope you've had a great time. I hope you enjoyed Darren Belling.
He was good, Darren, and thanks to Leah for doing her job there.
Well done.
Lovely lady behind there. She usually does her makeup. You can see how that's worked, can't you? So well done with that, Leah. She's been in behind the camera there tonight, and I reckon, Jeff, you've done a good job, mate, with all your hard work and effort.
Well, hopefully it all pays off, because I've got to do the producing as well. So that's normally Alison's job. So
anyway, we've got some more exciting guests to come, and we'll fill your guests in on that. Got any problems? Anything you want to know? Ring the bell. Got
a really good local heroes for next week as well. We don't have time to put it on this week, but young Sam Nusafora up in Ayr in Queensland.
Another Queenslander?
Yeah.
What about all Queenslanders?
Got some go-kart racing out of Speedway. So we'll have that next week for you, Sammy. Guys, once again, Darren, thank you so much for coming on the show,
thanks,
mate.
Darren.
Really
all the best, mate, and we look forward to following yourself. All the guests that we have on, we're going to follow you and promote what you're doing. So well done, and we appreciate your time.
My word. Have a great weekend, everyone.
All the best. Okay, cheers.
You got to go and pause in the Cleaves tip so I can put the.
You'll fix it.
Oh, we'll fix it.